to our visits with educational specialists here at the Miller Park Zoo, Shannon Reedy. But sometimes there's just some animals that will not fit in the van to make their way down to Champaign. Lucky for us, we're hanging out here today with zookeeper Wendy Klessig. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for coming.
Well, tell me about our friend here.
This is Rojo, and he's a 14-year-old male Sumatran Tiger. So that means he's getting older. Tigers might live 16 to 18 years in captivity, and in the wild, he wouldn't live 14 years. If a tiger in the wild lives 9 or 10 years, they've lived a very long life. Life in the wild is much harder than life at Miller Park Zoo. As you can see, he's having a rough afternoon.
He's chilling up there.
Having a little nap. We were wondering what would happen when the buildings opened, if the animals would be excited, but we haven't had a lot of visitors because the weather hasn't cooperated.
But that is exciting that you are back open. So on a busier day, what might we find Rojo doing besides just laying up there chilling?
I mean, most cats do spend a lot of time sleeping, but he'll jump up onto that branch that goes across from the top bench there. That's usually how he gets up there. So he'll jump from the floor up onto the branch and walk across, and then he jumps straight down to the floor when he jumps down and makes a huge amount of noise.
Well, and looking at your information sign over there, they are some of the smaller tigers in the world.
Yes, so the biggest tiger would be an Amur tiger, and they would weigh 800 pounds, to put that in perspective. So yeah, he's much smaller.
And they're very rare.
Yes, very rare, very endangered, and not very many left in the wild. And so that's why we decided to specialize in this tiger here at Miller Park Zoo.
Yeah, well, I think we're boring him, so maybe we should go check out the Langurs.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay, so we've made it down to the Langurs exhibit, and it looks like it's lunchtime.
It is lunchtime.
What do they like to eat?
So Langurs in the wild would live in southern China and northern Korea. So in the wild, they would spend all their times in the treetops, and they'd be picking leaves. All they would eat is mostly leaves, and then if they couldn't get enough leaves out in the wild, they would eat flowers and bark and like shoots off of the trees. But they would spend all their time up high in the trees, and that's where they would get all their food. So as you can see here at the zoo, they're eating pressed pelleted food. So they've got 3 different types of pressed pelleted food in their diet, and that helps get them a lot of their nutrition. And then they get lots of different kinds of lettuces. We bring as many kinds of lettuces as we can get at the zoo and switch up their diet so they're not always getting the same thing.
Yeah, so they're mainly vegetarians over here.
Yeah, they're mainly like lettuce eaters.
Yeah.
So they would eat leaves in the wild. That's their main diet.
And you've got 4 of them.
We have 4 boys, and they range from 9 years old to 14. And so in the wild, they would have a big troop of monkeys, and it'd be all the females and 1 male. So we try and simulate life in the wild at the zoo all the time. So what happens when you don't need all your males is you end up with bachelor groups like this. And so they don't always get along, since they're supposed to only hang out with all the girls. Sometimes we have some rough interactions with our boys.
Do you have a girl?
We do not. We only have boys.
Oh my goodness, they've got like little beards on their faces.
Yeah,
so
they look like they have mutton chops. Yep.
Wow.
That's what they're known for. And so we don't have any babies here, but if you were to see a baby, you'd be shocked because they're like a bright orange color. Huh. They're not black at all like the parents are.
Wow. Well, this is just one of the many exhibits here at Miller Park Zoo, and we are in the oldest building, actually.
Yeah, we're in the Katoper Animal Building here at Miller Park. Yep, it's over 100 years old.
Wow. Well, lots to see. It is open. Even though it's cold outside, this is warm in here, and people can still come out and say hi to the animals.
Yeah, we just ask that people wear their masks inside the building, and then you're free to come in and visit the animals inside the buildings now.
Well, thank you so much for introducing us to some new friends here at Miller Park Zoo, and we'll be happy to share all the information on how people can come and visit and learn more at our website, CILiving.tv.